Hello, YouTube. Well, I've just been talking to myself for about 2 minutes and just realized that this stupid thing wasn't recording. So, feeling kind of stupid right now. So, just rolled out of the hideaway. It is 12:59 a.m. So, it kind of feels like Friday night, but it's technically Saturday morning. Saturday, April 30th, 2022. And really didn't get a whole lot done at the Bullocks. Oh, where do I do karaoke at? Bullocks, yeah. Went there earlier today, mostly to work on music, but mostly just kind of hanging out, and didn't drink anything, which is odd. I mean, I had a pitcher of Coca-Cola, but didn't do any drinking. But just ran into a lot of people there that I like, and just kind of chilling and relaxing. And I did work on some music. Actually, all I worked on today was a Gap band, and I mentioned that to a couple of people, and they're like, "Wait, what? Why would you be working on the Gap band?" And I'm like, because they're freaking awesome. And actually, I had somebody last night at my show sing a Gap band song that I wasn't familiar with, which kind of threw me for a loop, because I've been pretty much a fan of the Gap band since I was a little kid. But I haven't owned all of their albums, and the song that he sang was off their third album, which I don't believe I've ever owned. And I'm trying to remember the name of the damn song. Hang on. Got the shitty-ass Obama phone down here, and I can manage to get logged into it. It does have Songbook DB in it. In fact, as I mentioned on an earlier video today, Songbook DB runs really, really good on this shitty-ass phone. So, yeah. Anybody that can't be bothered to log into my website, or you don't even have to log in, just go to it. I have to log in. I never log in. Anybody who... Oh, Seth Moses got shit going down. Seth Moses got it going down. I should pop in over there. I can hear music coming out the little recording studio. Seth Moses Records. Anyway, what was the song? Yearning for Your Love. I had somebody sing Yearning for Your Love last night. Did a great job on the song, and I'm just like, this song is great. How do I not know this one? So anyway, looked it up this afternoon, and got the MP3 for it, got the karaoke for it all loaded, and then just did my usual of going through the going through. I can hear it up, and I can hear it popping in there. I'm so going over there. I emailed him, and he never wrote me back. So I said love my falsetto. So I think I'm gonna pop in there just for GP. Not giving them any more money though. Like the one time I went in there, I paid them $5 to sing a song, which is ridiculous. I should get a pitcher of beer if I'm paying $5 to sing a song. So I did my usual of finish up the. I got. Oh my God, I forget the name of that song. Yearning for Your Love. Did a little research, find out how big of a hit it was, and didn't do shit on the pop charts, which is probably why I'm not familiar with it. Was a single in 1981. The album came out in 1980, and yeah, the what do you call it? But it was a huge hit. I think it was top 5 on the R&B chart, which, as much as I listen to R&B stuff in the early 80s, I'm surprised I wasn't more familiar with it. But at any rate, the karaoke version of it is really good. It's just spot on for the original song. Glad to add that song to my DJ stuff. And But yeah, after that, I always go through all my inboxes. At this point, I've got 5 directories that are full of incoming files. Mostly karaoke, but there's some videos and just some straight up songs in there. Actually, 6 directories if you count. I have a 6 directory, which is just stuff that I've ripped off of CDs that I haven't filed away yet and haven't previewed yet and filled out the ID3 tags on yet. But anyway, went through all of that. And so yeah, once I had one song, like I'll go through my directory to see, hey, do I have anything else by this band? And not expecting to really find anything. I mean, you know, the Gap Band has been defunct for a long time, and I've got a overall pretty respectable selection of karaoke for the Gap Band. So, and it really wasn't that long ago. Like, it was less than a year ago that I added Burn Rubber on me. So surely I did this, you know, same thing then. So I didn't expect to see me sitting on anything, but sure as shit, like I'm sitting on another version for karaoke of Outstanding, which initially I thought I'd just file that away as just a, you know, duplicate version that I'm not using. But I ended up spending quite a bit of time going through like versions of Outstanding, and come to find out there's 2 distinctly different versions of Outstanding by the Gap Band, which I guess shouldn't surprise me. I mean, this is, you know, 82 when that was a hit. So 12-inch single is very much a thing by 1982. But yeah, like there was a hit song, which is about 3.5 minutes, almost 4 minutes long. And that's the version that's on the album. But then there's it's actually simply called the long version, which was on the 12-inch vinyl single, which is surprisingly more mainstream than that, because that's the version they included on the Best of the Gap Band. So come to find out, the version I already had for karaoke, which was from Aaron Aardvark. Yeah, I literally run every brand of karaoke. The Aaron Aardvark version was the long version, and I noticed that the one that I was sitting on was for the regular version, like the radio version or album version, which you would think would be the more known version, but I think the long version being put on Best of the Gap Band kind of skews the extended version to the point of being more known than it otherwise would be if it was just something only available on the 12-inch vinyl single. Anyway, after kind of listening to both versions, and of course in my MP3s, I only had the short version. So filled out the ID3 tag for it, and at that point I was like, I need to get the long version. I need to get the MP3 of the long version, make that happen, and later. Yeah, it's like I need to get the MP3 of the long version and kind of verify that that's what the karaoke I'm already sitting on is based on, and it was. So anyway, at this point, what got added was a listing, because I just had it previously. This is just Gap Band Outstanding. That's all the farther I went with it. But at this point, I added a listing for long version. I specified in the file name that is the long version, and then I added the version that I was sitting on that I hadn't used before from Obscure Karaoke. There's 2 different brands called Obscure Karaoke, and it's the one with the word obscure misspelled. Anyway, added that. But since I already had a listing for Gap Band Outstanding, the listing that I added onto Songbook DB was for Gap Band Outstanding and then long version in parentheses. So it's kind of funny. What I added was a short version, but what got added to the database is long version, because I didn't realize that the one I had was a long version. But anyway, yeah, spent a ridiculous amount of time, but sometimes it takes a while to sort that stuff out and make sure that I have it, you know, all correctly reflected in my file names and my databases. And will anybody ever, you know, specifically ask for one version or the other? It's doubtful. And at this point, if somebody just asks to sing Outstanding by Gap Band, I'm going to give them the short version because it moves the song along shorter. But it's kind of cool to know that I have the other version as an option. And honestly, if I was going to sing it myself at this point, I'd probably sing the short version anyway. Seems to be, it's a much better quality karaoke version. In fact, the whole thing sounds like it was made of samples and stems from the actual song. It sounds really, really good. Not that the karaoke version I have for the long version is bad, but the one for the short version is notably better. And 3 minutes and 40 seconds of a Gap Band song in 2022 is, generally speaking, enough. So, anyway, that's what I worked on. I was actually planning on walking over to Kitty's Cocktails and then maybe trying to catch last call over at the Wander Inn. But at this point, it's still 109. Thanks for the noise pollution. It's still 109, so I can still maybe do that. But I'm just gonna pop into the little recording studio and see if those guys remember me. And I don't know, maybe something will happen there. Maybe they'll think I'm trespassing and tell me to get the fuck out. Who knows? But I'm here, so I'm gonna go say hi.